If someone were looking at you, would they describe you as serious? Let me tell you, laughter. Laughter is the medicine of the soul. If you can't laugh at the twists and turns of life, you've fallen too deeply into ego's grip. You see, the moment we choose to laugh, we release the burdens of stress, the burdens of overthinking, and we connect with others, whether we know them or not. Life is a gift, and when we approach it with boldness, enthusiasm, and a light heart, we become fearless. We unite with others, and we share in the laughter that is life. I just remember the movie Van Wilder so clearly, where the line was said by, I forget her name, but it was, he said it to her: if you take life too seriously, you'll never get out alive. Think about it. Everything you are experiencing, you've made up in your mind. Everything you're experiencing, you've made up in your mind. You've said, I've got this preference, I've got that preferences. I don't want this to happen. I don't want that to happen. The world has to align with everything I want it to align with. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy. That's funny. Like you're going to control anything outside of your thoughts. I'm telling you. And we take those thoughts so seriously, we get confused. We get mad at people when they don't take us serious. You're not taking me serious enough. I remember my granddaughter talking to me on the phone, and I was laughing, and she says, Baba, this is serious stuff. There are consequences. I just could not stop laughing. Here she is. At the time, she was probably 5.5, not even 6. And she's telling me, you've got to take life serious. And I'm there, really? You see, I'm at a point in my life where I've done all that serious stuff, and it didn't serve me. I go back to my corporate life where I was in the corporate world for 32 years, rising up the ranks, rose up to be a VP. And I took things so serious. And then there was a point when I started watching the people taking it serious, and I said how miserable their lives were, how stressed out they were, how ill they were. And I said, this isn't for me. And I lightened up, and I was told, you need to take things more seriously, Lee. Didn't mean I didn't do my job. Didn't mean I didn't do my job very well. I just didn't put the false emphasis on it. You know, I see a lot of couples, everything in their relationship is serious. And I go, have you laughed lately together? Because if you can't laugh with someone, I don't know why you would be with them. I don't. Yesterday, we had a wonderful gathering in our home. A bunch of people we brought together. Never been in a social environment together before, like this one. And we sat at the table around this magnificent feast that we were all partaking in. And you could see as the evening went on, about 3.5 hours, we laughed. The more we laughed, the more comfortable we came. More comfortable we came, the more we enjoyed life. At first, it wasn't like that because some of these people never met each other before. But then as the laughter came, there was a connection. There was a sharing because laughter is the gateway to the soul. And when you can share laughter with someone, oh my God, that connection is just incredible. And really think about it. You should be able to laugh at just about everything. Everything. I think about the time I fell 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago this August. I fell in my garage. I was working real hard, and I have a brand new, beautiful stained floor. But the problem with that stained floor is that if there's water, it's slippery. Well, I was moving so fast, I didn't even think about it, and I fell. I fell so hard, I shattered my hip. And I couldn't get up. I was calling for my son. My wife wasn't home, and he wasn't answering, and I crawled into the house. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, a month later, I had a hip replacement. I didn't even realize I shattered my hip for 2 weeks. And I think about it, and I laugh. Can you imagine how silly I looked? frantically trying to work in the garage, and then all of a sudden, pull the Three Stooges move. The feet go up, boom, from under me, and I go bam. And you would see the cartoon, the light flashing out around my head because I'm out of it. And there I am. What would I be at that time? I've been 70 years old, crawling as much as I can, trying to open the door and get in. Was I in pain? Yes. When I look back, I laugh because it was ridiculous. I don't hold a grudge about that memory, about that life experience. It gave me a greater sense of awareness. And that's what I've learned about life. Everything can give you a greater sense of awareness. A greater sense of awareness than what? Stop taking it so friggin' serious. You're here to enjoy life. You're not here to fight with life. You see, if you're serious, you're fighting against life. You're fighting against what is. You can't win. You can't win when you're fighting against what is. I can't win thinking I'm 25. I'm not 25. I'm young for my age. I can do what I want for my age, but I'm not 25. So I laugh at myself, thinking, well, can you laugh at yourself? Go look in the mirror. If you don't think you're funny, you need to think about that again. Because, boy, God created some funny shit about us, didn't he? Or she, or it. Because God's not a he or a she. God's an it. It's a consciousness. It's an awareness. And it wouldn't laugh at us because it doesn't compare. It doesn't judge. It accepts us as we are. Maybe we ought to do the same. With that, make it a great day. And please, laugh once for me. But more importantly, laugh for you. Until tomorrow, aloha.